This is Sage, owned by Heather and Jared Meyer from Colorado. Sit. What I'm going to do here, you guys, is show you some of the drills to work her on. So this first one's what I call a pile drill. So I have her stay at sit, and you can vary how far out you do this. This is about 20 yards. The key is spread them out far enough apart so you've got time if she switches, which means she grabs one and wants to go for one of the other ones. Hopefully you can call her off with, you know, here, sit. Of course she heard me say here, so she moved. Fetch. So I send her on fetch because I set those out there. Here, heel, sit, drop, sit, fetch. Now I want her to wait till I send her. Here, heel, sit, drop, fetch. Got some goose distraction right here over the top of her. Heel, heel, sit, hold, drop, sit. So I'll show you that again. So this would be a pile drill, meaning you've got more than one object. I mean, you can just do one just to work her, but I prefer to, have 2 to 3 out there. Sit. So there's where I corrected sit. I'm going to throw these back out again. These will be pretty easy shots right there. Now she moved a little bit, you guys saw that. So what I'll do is I'll actually go past her. Heel. So her first step wasn't forward. Fetch. With a dog like Sage, she's pretty intense. So it's more about doing it right, slowing it down, heel. I don't know how fast I do it with her. Drop, sit, fetch. When she gets it, here, and finish her on heel. Drop, fetch. Now I'm going to take one of these, throw it behind me. That's for a reason. Got a lot of goose noise. Heel. Now what I'm going to do is what I call a sit, hold, and throw one. Now that I threw it, I'm going to release her different. Drop, sit, Sage. I sent her on her name, so I'm getting her used to going off her name too. Here, heel, and of course once you throw something, the adrenaline sit is going to go up. So I'm having her sit while I throw it. Drop, sit, Sage. Send her on her name. Now I'm going to do a throwover drill. So as I say here, she's heading back, but when I go heel, I'm throwing it. She can look at it, but she can't go out there. Hold. Fetch, fetch, heel. So I just kind of test her there, make sure, sit, hold. She's hanging on to it. Drop. Here. So this is what I was talking about with her. So I'm going to back up even farther. Heel. Sit. 98. 24. 36. Good shot. Sage. So I wanted to make sure she just wasn't going off my voice sound. So it's here. As I say heel, I'm throwing it. And that's okay if she looks at it. She's just kind of marking it where it's at. Hold. Drop. Heel. I'm going to back up intentionally again, just because she's got so much forward motion. Sage. Fetch. So I just reinforced the fetch command. She went, I reinforced it, told her here. Heel. Sit. Fetch. These are really slippery this morning. Hold, because grass is really wet. Hold. Drop. Sit. So now I'm going to do what I call a double sit drill. Sit. So I want her to sit while I'm throwing them. So I threw them, so I'm going to send her on her name. I don't care which one she gets, but as she comes in, I'll take a step towards heel, the next one. Sit. Drop. She got her tooth hooked on it. Sage. So I'll repeat that. This is a double sit drill. Heel. Sit. Drop. Sit. Sage. See how she wasn't sure which one to go for? That's why I do this, so she knows when she gets the one. Here. See her kind of thinking about the other one. Heel. Heel. You can see what I'm talking about. Just slow it down. Sit. Hold. Fetch. Heel. Sit. Hold. Good. Drop. Heel. Sit. Fetch. That time I actually sent her on the fetch command because I had called her back. Heel. So you can see with her, just slow everything down. Heel. And I'm probably in the middle of the reps for this as far as length of time. Drop. So then I have what I call fun throws. So with dogs that go really hard, which most of them do, I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but it kind of goes up there. I prefer to throw stuff up a little incline just to slow their momentum. Okay, okay. So when she's going uphill, because you can see how hard she goes. Just less chance of them injuring themselves. So be careful on your fun throws. Heel before you do that. Sit. Drop. Okay. Okay. So I just released her on okay, because we never want to lose the excitement. So this dummy behind me, right there, is there for a reason. Heel. Sit. Drop. It's actually to reinforce the fetch command with the collar. Heel. I'm going to turn around. She might want these in my hand first. Sit. Fetch. Fetch. So I just pushed her there with the collar. So if she comes back, heel. I'll just heel. I'll just throw a short one. Sit. 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 Drop. Here. You can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to redo that. Heel. Sit. Drop. Sit. Fetch. And that's just to reinforce the fetch command with the collar. Heel, and I'll explain that to you guys. Sit. Hold. Drop. Good girl. Heel. Sit. Full of grass. Sit. So you can see how intense she is. So that's Sage, owned by Heather and Jared Meyer from Colorado.